Hello there, welcome back to my channel. My name's Louise and this is Louise's Lifestyle. Thank you for joining me. So today we're looking at a mango variety called Amrupali, and these are mangoes that have arrived from Bangladesh. And if you're not sure, if you're buying mangoes, where they've come from and they're in a box, do have a look, you know, on the side of the box. It will have the details of the person who's exported them. Bangladeshi mangoes tend to have sort of the exporter's details. If you're buying Indian or Pakistani, it'll just usually say produce of India or produce of Pakistan, and it'll say something like sweet mango. They don't tend to put the variety name on there, which is a bit of annoying. I like to know what variety I'm buying, so on these boxes from Bangladesh they'll have a list of what variety they've got and you know what variety they usually have to export. And this one's ticked the Amrupali. I was looking for the Fuzzy, which is down there, which is a very large mango, not available I think until June, end of June, July. They also have this variety, Himsagar, which is very, very popular in Bangladesh. Similar size to this, a more yellowish colour in the fruit. I'll just open the box so you can see. So why I've bought a whole box is that's how they sell them. You know, you can't buy them individually. So that's the only downside if you're not planning on eating a lot of mangoes. But you know, I have a family, so they will soon be consumed. So there were 8 in this box and the cost was just under £10, so roughly £1 per mango, a little bit over that, which is not bad really. It's how much you pay for, say, supermarket prices for keep mangoes. These, as I say, they're not commonly found in other stores. I did go to an Asian supermarket close to the Bangladeshi one in the Longside area of Manchester. It's called Apna, and they actually had lots of different varieties of mangoes, but none of them were from Bangladesh. So they had Indian, they had Pakistani, they had Brazilian, no Bangladeshi mangoes. I wonder why. So I have already tried this, and I've got a little piece left here. So it's a nice orangey colour on the inside. I'll just have a bite. It's got a lovely fragrance to it. Nice and smooth, no fibre. That's very nice, lovely and sweet, not underripe, not overripe where it's spoiling. Nice, smooth, firm flesh, but lovely sweet taste to it. Fragrant, not highly fragrant, but just right really. It's a nice balance to that mango. So the next time I'm doing one of these, I'll hopefully have the Fuzzy mango or maybe the Himsagar. I have already extracted the seed. There's the seed, that's the husk. And there's the seed. Not green, there's no little shoot appearing on there, so I might soak that in water, in warm water, and see if I can get it to germinate. I mean, I've got another 7 here to experiment on, so maybe 1 out of 8 will germinate and maybe get a decent plant. But these are actually a hybrid, so a little bit about the Amrupali. I'll just put some information up there. So they are hybrid, a result of hybrid Neelam, Dashahari and Neelam so they're crossed between these two. And this variety is grown a lot in Bangladesh, so it's quite a popular variety. The Himshgar, I think, is the top, and this is sort of like second, and it's a dwarf. It tends to fruit on a very small tree, so even though it's not aged, you know, it doesn't have to be particularly old for it to be producing fruit. It does grow if you allow it to, but as I say, it's a dwarf variety, so it will produce fruit on a smallish tree and produce quite a lot. Right, so it's been 3 weeks since I filmed the mangoes, the Amrupali, and I did say, you know, I did extract one of the mango seeds, and actually I've got 6 in here, and only, well, I've got 2 that have emerged, sprouted I should say. So there were 4 in here. I've had to take 1 out. This one, you can see it's got the very first leaf, sort of that coppery, bronzy colour. That will change to green as it, you know, but this is the colour that all mango leaves look like when they first come out. It's a very juvenile leaf. As you can see, there's another seed there. Not very deep pot, but I just wanted to use the least amount of space and compost for germination purposes. I didn't want to do the wet tissue method. It's just, you know, I've done that before. I just thought I'll just stick it straight into compost, but it has taken 3 weeks for that to come through, so it's not the quickest. And this one, this one was in that position there, where that little gap there is, and all you could see was this loop and nothing was happening with it, so I had to lift the whole thing out to find that that had bent in on itself. And if I lift this seed out, I've had to take it out to find that this was actually inside there, so it had come up and it had gone back in, and this part was trapped inside this end here. So I had to very gently prise that part open, and you can see there's damage there to the leaf and there, and also there's a bit of damage here. That's where it was stuck. It was actually caught there. So that's why it looks like this. So for the time being, I'm gonna leave it in here. Maybe let it straighten itself out. Hopefully it'll straighten up, you know, make its way towards the light, and then I'll think of repotting it. I'm not going to repot it if it stays like this. You know, if it doesn't survive, then you know, there's no point in me wasting compost on it. And you can see that's where the root is developing, and that's why I've got it in the just water for the time being, because that's all it needs. The food that it gets is from the seed, so I just put a little bit of water in there, and just keep an eye on it. And then I've got these 2. I've got 2 more seeds in here. That one's just sprouted a root, and there's another one that's sprouted a root. Again, just a little bit of water. These were actually on my kitchen window, so I've just brought them in here for, you know, for the video's sake, you know, rather than going between two rooms. So yeah, so might be wondering why I've got so many planted. Well, the odds are not all of these are going to survive, if any. So this is why I don't sort of waste too much compost, because experience tells me that not all of them are going to survive. So I like to see these seeds develop, or seedlings, develop a little bit more before I put them into compost, you know, into their own pots. And then what I might do, I might experiment and keep that one in water, see how long it grows in water. That one, as it grows a little bit bigger, I'll put it into its own little pot. Yeah, I might keep a couple of these in water, and then keep them in here, because there's more light in here, it's warm, and it doesn't seem to have done the jackfruit any harm. So you know, it's this is the biggest I've got a jackfruit ever. So if it works for the jackfruit, hopefully it'll work for the mangoes, because I've grown mangoes in the past and get them to a decent size, but then they seem to, you know, they seem to stall, and the leaves start to turn brown at the tips, and no matter what I've done, change the compost to, you know, light and airy compost, and frequent watering or infrequent watering, tried everything, they always seem to die off after a while. But maybe if I keep them in here, I'll be more successful. Let's see. And maybe try growing one just in water for experiment's sake. So there we have it. If anyone else is growing mangoes and have tried different methods, and what method has worked better for you, let me know in the comment box below. So thanks very much for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.